All right, listen. This is a live stream, and I'm going to be interacting with the viewers. I did a video yesterday about this story. This, you know, the supposed death of Matthew Perry. Okay, and like I said, the first thing that came to my mind was, the fact that Luke Perry had died, right? Who's also an actor, and the what's interesting, the actor he played on, on that show, that Luke Perry, the guy from, I can't remember, it was Beverly Hills 90210 or Melrose Place. I don't know which one it was, but uh, that dude, he played like a sad, you know, like he was like supposedly like the James Dean of, you know, whatever if you want to say, you know. And someone had mentioned even that he had that kind of Elvis vibe. Listen, the only thing that these people had in common was they like kind of like the sad, depressing thing, because Elvis had that vibe when he was younger. I don't know what his older vibe was, but the James Dean thing, I don't know nothing about James Dean, but same thing. Like he had that, bad boy, but Luke Perry doesn't look like a bad boy. Yeah. Yeah, he looks way too soft, to be a bad boy. But anyway, but Luke Perry had died back on March 4th, 2019, supposedly died. And look, folks, is it possible these people are actually dying? Yes. Nobody's saying that these deaths could not actually be happening. What I'm saying is that either their times were up, you know what I mean, as being in this existence as who they were, or because these people, they sell their when I say sell their souls, folks, look, God owns their souls, okay, but God gives them over, just like God's going to do that when you take the mark, when God when if anybody takes the mark, God is going to destroy you. You are no longer his. Goodbye, because he gave you up. Not because he couldn't take you out. He could, but he doesn't want it because you chose. You made your choice because that's what free will is. God wants you to have free will. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that a lot of these people are chosen because of their names, or their birth dates, or what they equal, because this is all about the numbers, absolutely. And how they pick these people, because a lot of these people are from families who were in the government, who were in the entertain, whatever is known to the world, they're in that business, either military families or sports, entertainment, whatever, is high profile stuff, or, that has to do with government, because who do you think runs the movie industry? The same people who make the laws, those pigeon peckers who make the laws, lawyers, judges, they all own this, they tell the industry what to do and what to say, because they're all run by Satan. Every one of them, folks. Okay, God has allowed Satan to rule this earth because God wants you to make a choice. Okay, he breaks you. God is going to break you. Okay, if you are one of his children, God's going to break you and see what you do. Okay, and if you still choose to go to the other way, then see you later. All right, and that's what happened to me. God broke me. And I just kept on going back to my filth. But then finally he broke me to the point where actually at that point I wasn't even that broken. I just wanted finally to wake up from this nightmare that's every day that I live, right? And because God had broke me 1,000 times before that, and I just kept on doing my filth. But what I'm trying to say is that I got worn down. you know, and I finally just gave in. And then God knew this time I was being serious. Says, hey, I believe you this time. Now I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to help you in your path back to me. You know, when I say back to me, folks, we were put on this earth. We're not fallen angels. So anybody who says that nonsense is stupid. We were put on this earth to take the place of the fallen angels, okay? Because the fallen angels have no redemption. Anyway, so I don't want to get into that because this video is about the Perry-less times we are living in. All right, get it? Perry-less. Because you had the Luke Perry who was gone. Now you have Matthew Perry that's gone. All right. And so the PP. See how it all works, the PP? And because you know the PP is this whole PP puzzle is connected to to this Elvis Trump Obama charade that's going on. For the people who are new to the channel, you're not going to understand anything I'm saying if you haven't watched my videos. But the PP is super important to this puzzle. And you know those pigeon peckers, the PPs, love the PP. All right? They love the PP so much, they want you to chop your PP off and give it to them so they can shove it up their asses. Okay? That's how much they love the PP. Those pigeon peckers. Anyway, so anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that, and you know, that's what I used to say in all my videos, you know, years ago with my story, my unbelievable stories that I used to show everybody that they used to talk about on the news. I used to say they would cut their own dicks off to fool us. And they would. They would cut their own dicks off to fool us. And they've been doing it since the day we were born and the day our families were born. You know, they've just been doing it for generations. Okay, because they work for the devil, these people. Anyway, so supposedly someone had commented, I didn't know, but I did hear about this, but I would have never remembered. Someone had commented saying that they used to, that the cast of Friends used to worship Satan in between, you know, shows or something. I don't know, or you know, I mean, I don't know, but it was supposedly under one of those, like that Anthony Bourdain dude. It was under his Twitter account or something. I don't know if it's a real story, but that's interesting that they say that. Okay, I'm going to show you all the connections. I'm going to show all the connections in a moment to their two deaths. Okay, so the Perry is the PP. All right, and because you know the two Perrys that died, right? The PP, and Pear is like a twin. You know, a pair. Get it? Two. Perry. Get it? And he died in 19, the year, Luke Perry. Matthew died in 23. 19 and 23 equal 42. SW, Seattle, Washington's initials. I told you the Seattle, Washington is going to be struck. All right? That whole area of King County. Elvis was known as a king. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. Seattle, Washington, initials SW equals 42. Anyway, and the PP, I told you, is a super important piece of the puzzle. PP is 1616, and from Elvis's birthday, January 8th, forward 1616 days, it lands on June 11th. June 11th is when Seattle gets struck. And the same year Elvis died, there was a horse called Seattle Slew that won the Triple Crown. And horse racing is known as the sport of kings. Okay? The same year Elvis died, in the sport of kings, the biggest race that a horse can win, he won the Triple Crown, and he did it on June 11th, 1977, the same year Elvis died. Because everything to do with Seattle connects to Elvis. Everything to do with 6/11 connects to Elvis. Everything to do with August 4th connects to Elvis. August 4th is when Trump gets his head wound, because Trump is the modern day Elvis. And Trump gets his head wound in Ohio on August 4th. Okay? And how do these two things connect here? All right. Um, so so supposedly, and by the way, just more mockery. Luke and Matthew are biblical names, you know, and interesting. He lived at, I think the address was 18038. I mean, you know, the 18 is connected to Elvis, but the 38, I'm not sure. But it was 18038 Blue Sail Drive. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really look into. I'm sure there's, I'm sure there's something with the anagrams there and all that, but I didn't care. But you know that I used to. I'll show the numbers in a minute. Supposedly, well, hold on. Before I show that, do you know that he was involved in something called the Phoenix House? You know, for, I guess it's for recovering alcoholics or something. I don't know what this place is. Recovering addicts. The Phoenix House. Can you believe that? Phoenix. You know, because Elvis is the Phoenix, and I'll get to why that's important in a moment. Um, where is the Phoenix House headquarters? See, I guess they have many locations. Oh, you're not gonna believe. Wait a minute. Isn't this weird? The one place that first one comes up is 11600 Eldridge in San Fernando. I'm just saying that's kind of weird. The first one that came up, but no, I don't know. I'm trying to see. I guess there's many locations in Santa Ana. It's located. Wait, is that the one? Maybe that is the one. Isn't that crazy? It's at 11600. That's the 611 backwards with two crowns. The Phoenix House, California. I don't know if this is the same place. I don't understand. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody want to look that up? I'm not sure what their headquarters are. I mean, what they are. What is the Phoenix House? Is that the same Phoenix House that I'm talking about? I don't know. But anyway, because Elvis is the Phoenix, right? And I'll get to, remind me to talk about the Phoenix after, okay? And that I'm talking about Matthew Perry. He was involved in that Phoenix House thing. I don't know if Luke Perry was involved in that or not. Uh, because, and they both had drug or alcohol problems. I'm sure of it. I'm 100% that they did, okay? And I'll get to the Phoenix connections. There's many with that, and the fact why he died on that date. Oh, and I was talking about the PP, right? The Perry and Perry, both of them had the PP. I mean, the Perry, the PP. He was from Pacific Palisades. That was where his house was. The PP again. You see that? And what was he doing? Playing pickleball. Again, having to do with the PP, because the pickle. I told you these butt slammers love the PP and the ball. Doesn't matter. They love the pickle and the ball. You know. And like I said, they're both biblical names, Luke and Matthew. And I told you we live in Perry-less times. Get it? Perilous. Matthew Perryless. So let me let's talk about some of the connections here to the date. Okay. First of all, you got to know this, right? It's very important, this part, that you know. Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth, and that's why Trump is the main character. Man, what am I doing? But that's why Trump is the replacement twin. for Elvis's identical twin that died at birth. And on his identical twin's gravestone, it was spelled with an I. It was Jessie, Jesse, okay? And why is that important? Because they both equal 67, okay? Elvis equals 67, Jesse equals 67. I'll get to why that's important in a moment, but just let me show you this. And 67, when written out, is the first number in gematria, which equals this. '67, when written out, I'm being sloppy right now the way I'm writing. 67 equals 162. It's the first number in gematria that equals 162. And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. So again, connecting to June 11th with the 67. And what is 6 times 7? 42. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state, right? And what else is important is everything to do with these major events has to do with Elvis. Like 9/11 was completely connected to Elvis, because Elvis, his identical twin, died at birth. That's why the Twin Towers falling was a mockery, because what they were doing was they were actually mocking God with bringing down the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, because you have the three buildings that fall, and they look like an 11, right? Because it's El even. El means God in Hebrew, so the El even fell, the tower, the Father and Son. You understand? And from Elvis's birthday to 9/11 was 247 days, and my birthday is 9/4, which is the actual 247th day of the year. And I was born on leap year, so it's 247, 248 day. But from Elvis's birthday, which was January 8th, to 9/11, look at this. It's 247 days from January 8th to 9/11. But look at the percentage. The devil is in the details. 67.67% is 247 days of a year. 67.67. And see, Elvis and Jesse equals 67. See what I'm saying? And they were identical twins, right? And identical twins fell 110 floors each. You see? They were both 110 floors. And because they're identical. That's what the whole thing was, identical. But only one of them had a needle. So that was a needle. And then the second needle is the Space Needle. And who's involved with the Seattle Space Needle? Who is it? It's only Elvis. Elvis was the first famous person to have anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle. When it first was built, he made a movie called It Happened at the World's Fair. You see, I mean, look at the title of that. It happened at the World's Fair. What happened? What are you talking about, Elvis? It happened. That's right. Everyone's going to be saying that. It happened in Seattle. It. Anyway, so Elvis, everything to do with Elvis has to do with the needle. Elvis was the first famous person to have anything to do with the Seattle Space Needle, like I just said. Elvis was the first famous person to take a needle on live television. First famous person to do it. He took the needle, the polio. And the polio, the day he took it, it was the 42nd birthday of the guy who invented the polio. I'll get to all the connections with the date in a moment. So the day he took it, Elvis, on October 28, 1956, when he took the polio injection on live television, that was the 42nd birthday of the guy who invented it, Jonas Salk. Okay? And I told you Elvis died at age 42 and Washington's the 42nd state, right? So everything to do with the needle connects to Elvis, right? I just told you those two needle connections. And uh, and what was the date? Why is that date important? Oh, before I tell you about the date, also, how did you hear Elvis? We heard him through the airwaves, right? And who's the prince of the power of the air? Is Satan, the prince of the power of the air, they call him. But how did most people hear it? Through their record, the album, and you put the needle on it, right? It's the arm of the needle, right? And 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 the top of the record, when you look at the record player on top, it has the needle in the middle. That looks just like the Space Needle from the top. If you look at the Seattle Space Needle, it looks like a record from the top. If you've seen my videos, you've seen where I connected that. So I'm just trying to tell you that it has all these connections to it. Okay. So and and I told you that Trump is the modern day Elvis. And what did Trump do? He brought out the injection. All right. It's all about the needle with these two. And Trump was the one who gave him a Presidential Medal of Freedom Award. You know, he whatever. And I've shown all the connections with that. And yeah, there was some weird stuff going on with Matthew Perry right before he died. And notice that they have the Batman. He has like some kind of Batman lighting. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like from above, when the helicopters were circling or whatever the hell, they were showing his Batman logo. I mean, can you believe that? That's crazy. And yeah, and supposedly he had been putting out Batman stuff the last few days, signaling like he needs help or something. I don't know. And yeah, I heard that too. Something about cranberries on his Instagram or whatever the hell. And cranberries in Latin means VACCINIUM. I don't want to say that, but go ahead. You know what I mean. Anyway, but so okay. So like I said, what else? What else do I want to say here? Man, there's so much more I can't even think. But yeah, and anyway, so really, it was a Batman. I'm serious. It was literally a Batman logo in his yard. It's this huge Batman logo. I don't know if it was his pool or what, but whatever. I don't know what it was, but it was ridiculous. What the hell does that even mean? And it's got the man in it. And I told you, Elvis is the Batman. Elvis is the Batman, and Trump is the Bruce Wayne character, the alter ego of Batman. Get it? Trump is Bruce Wayne. Elvis is the Batman. That's why Elvis used to wear he'd wear a cape in concert. The Phoenix bird he would wear. He'd wear the dragon, the peacock, the eagles. This dude, because he was telling you who he was. Anyway. And that's where the Batman building is, where Elvis, same state is where Elvis died, Tennessee. The Batman building. It looks the face of Batman, the building. Go look at it. It's got all the codes in it too, with the numbers and everything. The amount of floors, the address, everything's connected to all this puzzle. But what was I gonna say here? About the date, okay? Why is the date important? Because the day Elvis took the needle on live television, it was Bill Gates' first birthday. Bill Gates' first birthday, okay? And the reason, there's a couple of reasons, but I'm not going to get into the longer version of it. But Yeah, it's the AT&T building. That's right, in Tennessee. And and for the people who know that why I talk about that, the ATA code, you know all about it if you know my videos. Um, like I said, if you're new to the channel, you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, so the date, it was 10/28. Okay, it was Bill Gates' first birthday. And where does Bill Gates? I mean, where did Bill Gates born? In Seattle. See, near the needle. And he's the one who promotes the needle, right? Yeah, and they did say that the crown 19 sickness came from a bat. You know that, I mean, whatever. You know, when they first were saying it, we know. I'm not going to get into that, but you know what I think about that. Anyway, so 10/28 is the 301st day of the year. Now, if you were to take 1 year and add it to 301, this is one of the reasons why Elvis took it, because everything connecting to 666 connects to Elvis. So 10/28, the day Elvis took the needle in 1956, 10/28 is the 301st day of the year. So if you add a year, it makes 666. So that means that the 666th day of the year is 10/28. All right? That's why he took it on that day. And if you think that's a coincidence, I'm going to prove to you it's not in a moment. But let's talk about that 10/28 day. Remember, I told you that Elvis is the phoenix. Okay, so Bill Gates, the guy who lives in Seattle, is born in Seattle. I mean, the guy was born in Seattle, Bill Gates. Elvis took the needle on his birthday. All right, and I just showed you it's the 666 day, right? And by the way, I was the first one to show that years ago. So 10/28, not only is it Bill Gates' birthday, the guy who lives in Seattle next to the needle, remember I told you Elvis is the phoenix, right? So who was born on 10/28? Besides the guy who invented the polio thing, injection that Elvis took on live TV, besides Bill Gates, you have, check this out, you have Joaquin Phoenix. You see that? The Joaquin Phoenix, you know. And when did Joaquin Phoenix win his first Academy Award? 45 years old. Trump is the 45th president, you see. And and what happened to Joaquin Phoenix? His brother, River Phoenix, get it? The brother, the twin, River, which is water. And I told you Elvis equals water in gematria. Elvis equals reset. The water and the reset, because that's how God flooded the earth. Well, I mean, God reset the earth with water. Okay, this is the great reset is coming. Elvis is reset. Elvis equals reset in gematria, exact same numbers. Elvis is reset, Elvis is water, same thing. Reset equals water. So what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, River Phoenix. River dies. And where did River die? The Viper room. Viper. Because Elvis is the serpent. Okay? Elvis is the serpent. Elvis is the phoenix. Okay? And on The Masked Singer, there was a show called The Masked Singer, and everybody was wearing a mask after. The Masked Singer came out before everybody was wearing a mask. Okay? So The Masked Singer comes out, and there was two interesting characters. One was called the Phoenix. And who was under the Phoenix? It was that person who made a transformation. What outfit did Caitlyn Jenner wear on The Masked Singer? Was Caitlyn Jenner the Phoenix? Anyway, Caitlyn Jenner was the Phoenix, okay? They're just not saying it out loud. So Caitlyn Jenner, and you know when Caitlyn, who was Bruce Jenner, when was Bruce Jenner born?
Caitlyn Jenner was born on October 28, 1949.
So Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, was born on October 28th. And I told you Elvis is the Phoenix, right? And so again, a Phoenix connected to that date, right? And I told you Elvis is the serpent, right? Because it was at the Viper Room that River Phoenix died at. Because I told you Elvis is the serpent, and the words the serpent equals Washington in gematria. The serpent, those two words equals Washington. Okay. Who was under the serpent on The Masked Singer?
According to Google Books.
Who was the serpent on The Masked Singer?
Dr. Elvis Francois.
So a dude named Dr. Elvis. And you know who this Dr. Elvis was? He was just some piano playing, singing. Oh, I want to say much worse, but I'm not going to say anything. He was just some TikToker dude, those dancing doctors. If you believe that this dude's a doctor, you're just dumb. All right. Anyway, his name was Elvis. Okay. And he was under the serpent mask. The serpent on The Masked Singer. Okay. You see how it all connects? Are you guys getting it? Are you guys getting it? How it all connects. All right. And so Elvis took, well, let me show you this first before I show you that. And remember I was talking about the 67 connections? Remember Elvis and Jesse both equal 67. And 67 is the first number that equals 162. And June 11th is the 162nd day. Because I told you June 11th is the day Seattle gets struck. And I told you that 67.67% was from Elvis's birthday to 9/11 within the same year. And the Twin Towers fell because Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth. Elvis and Jesse both equal 67, 67.67. Get it? And the Twin Towers fell, right? So 67, right? From the day Elvis took the needle, folks, the day Elvis took the needle to the day Matthew Perry died, yesterday. To that day, look at this. Check that out. Elvis took the needle on October 28, 1956 to yesterday. Up to that day, but not counting that day, but up to that day, it's 67 years exactly. If you add the days, 67 years one day. But it's 804 months. Look, you have the 8-4 connection because Trump's going to get his head one on 8-4, right? 67, Elvis equals 67. 67 is the first number that equals 162. 162nd day of the year is June 11th. You see? And Elvis and Jesse equal 67, the twins. You see what I mean? Okay? You think that's a coincidence? And I told you the Perry, they died. One died in the 19th year, and Matthew Perry died in the 23rd year. 1923 equals 42. SW initials is the 19th letter and the 23rd letter, Seattle, Washington. But so that 1028 is very important, right? And why is it important? Besides what I showed you here, it being the 666th day, 1028, all right? But let me just show you how many days were in between. Because, I told you that Trump is going to get his head wound in Ohio, okay, on August 4th. Trump gets the head wound. And August 4th is Obama's birthday, who was the president before Trump. That's why he was chosen to be the president before Trump, because of his birthday. And what his name equals. Because I was the first one to ever, because my calculator does things that nobody's calculator ever did, which is add up the gematria numbers, and the gematria numbers equal 666 for Barack Hussein Obama. See, that's why he was chosen, because of his number and his birth date. But he's not the Antichrist. Elvis is the Antichrist. Trump is the image of the Antichrist, and Barack is the third wheel to this monstrous charade. Okay, because of what his name equals and his birth date. Okay, now, so Trump's gonna get his head wound in Ohio, right? And check this out. In between Luke Perry's death, because he died on 3/4/2019, to Matthew Perry's death is exactly 1,700 days. And why is that important? Okay? Because Ohio is the 17th state, right? And I told you the zeros are crowns. The letter O, the 15th letter of the alphabet is the crown. So it's O, right? Look, it's the word Ohio. What you see here, when you see 1700, that's Ohio. Because look, you have two O's, right? And then 17, Ohio's the 17th state. H is the 8th letter, I is the 9th letter, 8 plus 9 is 17. See what I mean? And the word high means like the most high, get it? So what you're saying is 1700 is the word Ohio. And Ohio's the 17th state. And look where Luke Perry was born, in Ohio. And he was born in Mansfield, again with the man. And what did Matthew Perry have? He had the Batman, another man connection, because they love to mock God. I told you, the Son of Man. Jesus was known as the Son of Man. Okay? Anyway, so you see all the connections that I'm showing you. But interestingly enough, that supposedly Luke Perry, the one who died in 2019, he was actually put on life support on 2/27. Then they took him off life support and he died. They took him off life support on 2/27 and he died 7 days later or something. I don't know. But from 2/27, check this out, from 2/27 that year, in 2019, 7 days before he died, when they put him on life support, it was actually 4 years, 8 months, and 2 days. So you have the 8/4 connection. Because I told you Trump's going to get his head when on 8/4. So from that day to Matthew Perry's death, So if Luke Perry had died on this day, then it would have been 4 years, 8 months. Would have been connecting to the 8/4. But because they didn't die on that day, it was it went from 1,704 days to 1,700. I don't know how that. Oh yeah, because February only has 28 days. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that they said they took him off life support and then he died on 3/4, which is this equation that I was just showing you. Okay. Anyway, so but here's the key to it. Okay, so why is it so important? By the way, he died at the age of 54. Luke died at the age of 52, and Matthew Perry died at 54, which is 106. And I told you the 106 is the crown. The words "the crown" equals 106. Elvis was born in the 1st month. Trump's born in the 6th month. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to get into all the details, but I'm telling I could go way deeper into that. But why is this 1028 so important? Okay, watch this, folks. See, now you're going to understand it. But yeah, there's another reason, but I'm not going to show you that one because it's too complicated right now. But so remember, 1028 is when Matthew Perry died. Oh, and by the way, Matthew Perry was 54. Lisa Marie Presley died this year at 54 also. Oh, and by the way, Matthew Perry, he's born on 8/19, which is Bill Clinton's birthday, and Bill Clinton was the 42nd president. I could show you all the connections with Elvis to that. If you've been watching my videos, you know how important that piece of the puzzle is. But so Matthew Perry was born on 8/19, Bill Clinton's birthday, but not the same year, obviously. Anyway, so why is 1028 so important? Because that's the death date, right, of Matthew Perry, and that's the day Elvis took the needle, And so the 301st day of the year is 1028. If you add 1 year, it's 666 days. So 1028 is the 666th day, technically. All right. So why is that important? Because, and why did Elvis take the needle on that day? Why? Here's the reason. Pay attention. Elvis's birthday is 1/8, and he died on 8/16. 1028 is the middle ground between 1/8 and 8/16. See? 294 days, 294 days. Look, see? So it's the middle ground. Because if it was 1027, then it would be 293 days and 295 days. This is the middle ground. See it? 294 days both ways. Are you getting it? And look, it's 42 weeks. 294 days is 42 weeks. See? And let's just look at it, you know. Yeah, that's right. Presley is P-R-E, is like almost like the Perry, P-E-R, yeah. Let me just show you. That way you know I'm not messing with you guys, you know. So check it out. So look, from Elvis's birthday, January 8th to October 28th is 294 days. See? 9 months, 21 days. If you add the day, it's including that day. It's 294 days. And look down here. It's 42 weeks. Look. See it? 42 weeks. There it is. All right. I could show you what the 80.55 is, but I'm not going to get into that. So that's from Elvis's birthday to 1028, right? Now let's look. Let's look at from 1028 to Elvis's death. Now here's the thing. In order for that to work, it would have to be a leap year. Because I just did it on a non-leap year and it didn't work. It was actually 293 days. All right. But on a leap year, when it hits a leap year, it becomes that. Interesting. I didn't know that, but it's the same thing. Doesn't matter. Because the event next is going to be on a leap year. See, look. From October 28th to Elvis's death date, but it has to land in a leap year. It's 294 days. See, it's the same thing, 294 days. Anyway, I'm just saying, you know, it's a strange coincidence, that's all. And it's 42 weeks, you know. So, because Elvis died at 42, Washington's the 42nd state, you know. So anyway, folks, that's all I could come up with. Oh, and what's interesting, I used to use the Matthew Perry, the Friends thing to show about, because I showed you that it has a connection to Trump, the two Perry deaths. Interestingly enough, I used to show where is it? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Here it is. Hold on. You remember I showed this before? That Trump was on a lazy boy recliner. And notice what's on the top of his head. So you have the S crown, which is the 19, right? The 19 crown, but it's SW. Look, both ways. SW is Seattle, Washington's initials, I told you. And look at that. And look, they were calling him Lazy Boy because he's on a Lazy Boy recliner. Look, he's got the Cheetos, cheat, die, Coke. Die, cheating, death. Get it? Cheating, death, die, Coke. Lazy Boy recliner. Why would they put this dude on the Lazy Boy recliner? Okay, I'm going to tell you why. All right, because notice it's got the LAZ. All right, LAZ is for Lazarus, because Lazarus, Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead, right? And that's why they were calling him Lazy Boy. And when did this images of him come out? See, the magazine came out on August 11th, but they were putting it out that he was going to be on it. And look when everyone talked about it, August 4th, August 4th, August 4th, August 4th, August 4th, you see? This one was August 7th, but every one of them, and look, it says Phoenix. Isn't that funny? But anyway, August 4th, why is this not working? Every one of the videos came out on August 4th because that's when the story broke, all right? August 4th. But nowadays, if you go, these channels are all changed. It's not even August 4th anymore. But I did it right away, this video. But look at this. Why am I bringing that up? Because look who's on the thing. It's Matthew Perry and the other idiot from that show Friends. Look, they're on Lazy Boy recliners. And what does a Lazy Boy recliner do? It's up, down, back up. Get it? Because he's going to rise from the dead. That's why they were calling him Lazy Boy. Do you get it? Lazy, Lazarus. Do you get it? Are you getting that? Why do you think they were calling it a Lazy Boy, Lazarus? Where do you think they got that Lazy Boy recliner connection from? All right, think about that. That's what I used to show back in years ago. Those pictures are from, what was that? This picture is from a long time ago, but I was showing it way before this when I took these pictures even. When was this picture taken? Let me see. It was on April 11th, 2020. But I actually was talking about it even before that. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying, right? Everything I'm showing you, that's what it is. Lazy Boy, Lazarus, because he's going to rise. And it was August 4th. It came out on August 4th. Aren't you understanding it, folks? The story broke on August 4th. The Lazarus, Lazy Boy Trump. All right? And remember, I didn't know any of this information, folks, when I made the prediction. All right? These two predictions came supernaturally. I told you that. You're on a recliner right now? Then you are a lazy, unappreciative bum. I knew it. You change your avatar to Lazy Boy. You should change your name to Lazy Lukewarm. Lukewarm. Get it? Luke, you are a lazy bum. Oh, you're on one too? Blue Sail Drive equals Elvis, a builder? That's interesting. Yeah, I was thinking that if you add the drive, you can have Elvis in there. Because it's got the V in drive, yeah. Anyway. All right, folks. I think I pretty much, showed all the connections with that. Well, I mean, look, I could give you all the connections to Elvis and all the, thousands of other connections. But now whether he actually died or not, we'll never know. Okay, same thing with, see, that's why all these things that we're saying, we don't really know exactly what's going on. All right. And by the way, supposedly his father, he's married to his, Matthew Perry's mother is married to that Keith Morrison, the guy from that Dateline show. Or, he has that weird voice, like that creepy voice that does the like murder mysteries or something. I don't know. But it's just really weird that he had the Batman thing. That's just really strange. Let's find out why he was doing the Batman thing. I'm going to end the video right now. Why did Matthew Perry have the Batman?
According to Unilad, ultimately, there's no point speculating because sadly we'll never know the actual reason why Perry decided to post the 7 Batman-related images, but in its simplest explanation, it could be it was just because the actor loved the figure and franchise.
Okie dokie. sounds like a normal thing, for a grown man to do. A dude who's got all this, whose life is swirling, down to the pit, is going to be throwing up images. Look, this is his image of his yard. See that? Tell me, like, look at that. It's like a perfect Batman thing. What happened to the light? Stupid. Hold on, what happened? It got dark because they want you to subscribe or something. I don't know. They're saying the fans now believe it was a cry for help. That's right. He was calling himself Mattman, right? Or something. And I told you the ATT is in Matthew. The Atta. I told you it's all about the Atta. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I can't get into it here. Yeah, anyway, it says Matthew Perry may have predicted his death in a Friends episode. Really? Can we find out about that? What is this? It was the 8th episode of the 9th season. Look at that. 8, 9. The 8th episode of the 9th season. I guess I'll be the one who dies first. Oh, that's what he said? He says, I guess I'll be the one who dies first. I guess out of all the people on Friends. And he was. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. This is exactly what he said. I guess I'll be the one who dies first, referring to the fact that his character would die before the other 5 friends because Monica would kill him. Anyway. I think I made a couple of my viewers angry the other day when I was, I tell you, it's so weird how viewers get so mad at me. You can't listen, folks. There's a few, because I'm not talking about one specific person, by the way. Actually, there's 2 or 3 that got mad because I was yelling at everybody, and then I yelled at them again yesterday. Listen, what I want you guys to understand is that when somebody is being loving, kind, and always doing things and not asking for nothing in return, and just because he says, one thing you don't like, you don't go off on a tangent and throw a fit, okay? If you really care about the person and stuff, you don't sit there and hold a grudge. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you would talk it out, or you would say something and say, hey, that wasn't nice, and I'll tell you why I did it. But anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that there was a couple people that are mad at me, but that's okay, because I was telling them, don't tell me how to run my channel, all right? Because like I said, if I listen to the viewers on my channel, I would never be doing these kind of videos, because people were telling me that I was going to ruin my reputation if I was doing these Elvis, Trump, Obama videos. And I told them, don't tell me how to run my channel, because I'm telling you it's from the Holy Spirit. Should I listen to you, or should I listen to the Holy Spirit? Who are you? Who am I? You know what I'm saying? Who am I to say that I'm not going to listen to the Holy Spirit? Come on, folks. Oh, that's right. Yeah, good comment. Somebody was telling me that Matthew Perry supposedly went to school with Justin Trudeau or something, and he supposedly, Matthew Perry says he beat up Justin Trudeau. And yeah, that's right. It's interesting that Justin Trudeau is born on Christmas Day, and supposedly he's Fidel Castro's kid or something. I don't know. Did Matthew Perry beat up Justin Trudeau?
According to Business Insider, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau paid tribute to his former school friend Matthew Perry. Perry once said that he beat up Trudeau in elementary school in Canada. The beloved Friends actor died at his LA home, aged 54, on Saturday.
Why was Matthew Perry in Canada? I don't understand. Let's see. Perry lived between Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto with his Canadian mother, Suzanne Perry. But that's not where he was born. Well, where was Matthew Perry born?
Matthew Perry was born in Williamstown.
Yeah. Williamstown, Massachusetts. Anyway, what is the area code for Williamstown, Massachusetts? Oh, 413. Man, what was there was something I was oh, no, it doesn't matter. All right, folks. So to the people, like I said, to anybody who's mad at me over what I said, come on, you can't do that, all right? I'm human. So if you don't understand that I get frustrated, it's like if you were married, to someone, you're gonna argue. You know what I mean? What? Who? I don't know who that person is that you're talking about, but someone's saying that I'm a multiple role actor in this actor-based reality. Wow. Yeah. Tell that idiot, whoever he is, that he's one delusional dum-dum. Are you people crazy? Have you seen the way I live? Show me how anyone has time to be playing this many different roles. I'm here doing 4 live streams a day. Yeah. I told you, listen, the reason that YouTube loves stupidity, they love this kind of that's the kind of stuff that they promote. All the Transformer videos, the Mandela crap, and they love that kind of stuff. And people watch this. You people are nuts, okay? I once, a few people, I once actually started believing in 1 or 2 of those, because I said, wow, he does look like that person, or that person does look like that. I said, but why would they even do that? Because they don't need to. Okay, because they have thousands of lookalikes that look like each other, so they don't even need that, you know. Yeah, I don't know who that is that you're talking about. Someone's naming some dude. I'm not even gonna mention his name because I don't know who the hell he is. How many subscribers does he have? Who is he? Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that the reason that a lot of people look like each other is because they're they're related. All these people you see on TV that look like, you know, are related somehow. They're family, you know, just like this Keith Morrison, who's married to Perry's mother. You know, the guy I told you, this is what they do. They Yeah, so they say I look like Jerry Garcia too. And remember, Jerry Garcia was in the video with Elvis. Yeah, Jerry's. What did Jerry Garcia do to Elvis? Wait, Celebrity Deathmatch, Elvis and Jerry Garcia. It's so weird because they were saying that, and then then I looked up Elvis and Jerry Garcia, and Celebrity Deathmatch came up. I remember that. I was like, what in the hell? And guess what? Elvis was kicking the hell out of Jerry Garcia, but I think Jerry Garcia came back and beat him up. So that means I win, folks. I win. Anyway, first of all, I don't know nothing about Jerry Garcia. I hated the Grateful Dead. But it's interesting that name, because once we die and go to heaven, we are grateful to get out of this place, but we're not dead because we live, all right? Because our God is the living God, all right? And you don't have him, you're dead, okay? But you're not just dead. You are going to suffer while you're dying for eternity. All right, so I still don't understand how people pick that, you know, over worshiping God. Because stupid people in this world. They're too smart for their own good. That's what I'm saying. It's the same people who believe the earth is a spinning ball hurtling through an endless space. It's just stupidity. Or that they come from monkeys, you know. That's what I'm saying. People are too smart for their own good, you know. And that's why God laughs at our intelligence, you know. We don't even have one millionth of his knowledge. Not even one millionth of it. Perry tweeted that Back to the Future was a perfect movie. Interesting. All right, folks. Any last words? I appreciate everyone's comments and, you know, interaction. So, any last words, folks? Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. You know, someone mentioned that too. Yeah, his Instagram posts having to do with Batman, and because he had the Batman thing on his um, all over his yard. Let's look. Let's see if I can show another picture of that. Matthew Perry's Batman. Yeah, I've never listened to Grateful Dead. I hate it. I was into real rock and roll, not that kind of rock. No, they're not showing it. Anyway, let's see again. Yeah, I don't see anything. They won't. Fans believe Matthew Perry's final posts with bat signals were a call for help. I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand people's logic. If he needed help, why would he do it that way? Why did he just come out and say it? Because if he knows he's going, he might as well, you know. Yes, God bless you for the kind words. Thank you. Anyway, any further comments, folks? I'll leave this video up, but I'm deleting the last Matthew Perry one. I'll leave this one up for a while. All right, folks. So I'm just saying it's interesting, this, Perry thing. And, the other Perry is like Perry Mason. See? Says there's something going on there, What a pair of Masons. Anyway. Well, I agree. He knew something was going to happen, but basically they had to put the man in the story because it's always about the man. Luke Perry was born in Mansfield, Ohio. Matthew Perry has the Batman connection. Anything to do with the man and the sun. Oh yeah, and the cranberries. Yeah, that's right. You guys said that he had put some cranberries in his posts on the Instagram or something like that, and somebody said that cranberries in Latin means the VICCINUIN, whatever. I don't know whatever you wrote, but you know what that spells? Something like VACCIN. Well, I don't even know how to spell anymore. VACCINE or whatever the hell. But the Cranberries, the Cranberry singer just died, right? And someone said they died of drowning, right? And is that how he died? Did Matthew Perry drown? Apparent drowning. See, and it's connected to water. I'm so stupid. I forgot. Elvis equals water. Elvis equals reset. I forgot. I don't remember that he had died of drowning. Yeah, so that's another connection to the Elvis puzzle. Yeah, because Elvis equals water. Elvis equals reset. Because I told you, Elvis is the reset, folks. He is the great reset. Because how did God reset the earth? With water, with the flood. And that's what they're going to do. They're doing a mock event and making that the reset with this Washington event, Seattle, Washington event. By the way, when I say Seattle, folks, I'm saying Seattle is going to be like the ground zero event, but it's really going to affect the west side of Washington State. But it could affect parts of the east side too, but mainly all of this side of the water. So I'm telling everyone, get out of Washington State, okay? And for some reason, if you're too lazy to get out or you're too stupid to get out, at least get away from King County. Get out of King County because they're going to destroy King County. And that's Seattle's in King County. Elvis was known as the king, right? And how I know that the King County is the target, I had already said that was the target and that it's June 11th before I knew any any connections. I didn't know any connections when I made the predictions, okay? I'll tell you how I came to it in a moment. But how you know that King County is the target, because Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee. And Elvis lived in Memphis, Tennessee, where Martin Luther King was killed. And now Martin Luther King is named after that Seattle, King County. See? It's named after that. See, because they're going to destroy that king. You know what I mean? Interesting anagrams there. You guys are making. What the heck? He put a picture of a hot tub and then he drowned in it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it, but yeah, the zombie and the cranberries. Yeah, they sung that song "Zombie" because that is what's running around here—a bunch of zombies. Oh, Katy Perry. That's right. Very interesting. I forgot about that, Perry. Katy Perry. That's right. Interesting, man. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, if they get rid of that, that'd be a big deal. See, I don't know, there's certain things they do. See, Katy Perry's still relevant. Matthew Perry wasn't relevant anymore. And Luke Perry wasn't relevant either. So it's up to them, it's the relevancy of the, is it time for them to go, type of thing. So no, I don't think that Katy Perry will go, but it's possible, absolutely. But that's a good one, yeah. Someone's asking me, did they create the term peanuts? Yeah, listen, they create everything that's perverted. You know that. Like, why would you name yourself Cox? I mean, I don't get that logic. After a rooster or whatever the hell. I'm just saying, why? Why would you do it? I mean, I understand if you were a chicken owner all your life and your family, I guess you can call yourself Mr. and Mrs. Chicken or something. I don't know. How come there's no Mr. and Mrs. Chicken? Or Mr. and Mrs. Rooster? Why the hell is it a cock? You know what I mean? I don't know. Listen, I'm just throwing stuff out there. You guys are asking me questions. I'm just throwing it out there. It just makes no sense to me. Oh, 10/25 was Katy Perry's birthday, huh? It was a couple days ago, huh? Wait, what 2 movies were they in? What 2 movies? I must have missed your earlier comment. Bruce Willis and Matthew Perry were in those 2 films. Who talks about warm, swirling water? Perry is an alcoholic drink? Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, like I said, these 2 Perry deaths, Matthew Perry and Luke Perry, there's something going on with it, because they both had that same, they both had that, like, because I know that Luke Perry had an alcohol or drug problem. You could see it in his face, Yeah, that Perrier water. Look at that. There you go. Perrier water. Elvis, good one. There you go. You guys are making great comments. What does the name Perry mean?
One who dwells by the pear tree. According to the bump, origin, British. Other origin, Roman. Meaning, one who dwells by the pear tree. Traveler, pilgrim. Perry is a masculine name with unusual roots that combine to paint a picture of an explorative soul.
Interesting. Pear tree. A pear, get it? Perry. Oh, he was in the whole 9 yards? And the whole 10 yards. Wait, there was a movie called The Whole 9 Yards and a whole 10 yards? He was talking about warm, swirling water in the Instagram about the hot tub. Oh, okay, cool. Man, you guys are on the ball, on the pickleball today. Isn't that what he was? He was playing pickleball before he died. Can you imagine? Yeah. You guys are on the pickleball today, exactly. Oh, someone in your family, someone in your family named Perry died by drowning. Wow, that's crazy. So he was in both movies. Matthew Perry. Oh, that's why it was the same two people, and that's why they named it like it was a sequel. I get it. I was like, why would they do that? Yeah. So yeah, that is weird. And you know, Bruce Willis's brain is turned into mush, I guess, or something. I don't know. Whatever's going on with him. Let's see what. Um, um, I don't know. Willis sold his AI image for movie making. First of all, nobody's going to go to an AI movie. I'm saying if they have AI actors, nobody's going to go. See, that's why you know that these people are full of it. I'm telling you guys. Nobody is going to go to AI movies. I mean, if they know it's AI, that's what I'm saying. They want you to believe that you're going to see that kind of world. You're not, folks. It's never going to happen. Okay? God is going to destroy this earth before. See, that's why they're telling you how people are going to be flying and they're, all these flying ships and cars. None of that is going to happen. All right? Well, it's not buffering on my side, so I don't know. A lot of people have been having problems with the buffering. I don't see it on my side. I did see like 1 second of buffering a while back, but yeah. As soon as I see a little bit of buffering, I stop talking. But so if you're getting buffering, it's probably on your side. Yeah, sorry to hear that, uh, Morgan. Yeah, I see your comment about Johnny Cash's son. Okay, I got to end the video, folks. God bless all of you. Jesus is God. I'm going to leave this video up, for like 1 or 2 days. And then I'm going to erase that last video about Matthew Perry because this one's a little bit better. But make sure you watch my 2 last videos before the Matthew Perry, before this one. So there's 2, the ones with Elvis and Trump, the last 2. All right. Anyway. Jesus is God, end the video. Wait. Wait. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, but who are you saying is next? You said he's next. Who? Who are you talking about? Yes, God bless all of you. Who are you saying is next? I'm gonna end the video right now. Just answer that question. I just saw you put he's next. Who are you talking about? Just in case what you say comes out right. By the way, I told you folks, if you saw my video, who to look out for deaths that could be coming up is um, having to do with anything to do with the Elvis numbers, like I've been talking to you about, or the ages, or the Trump connection to 45. Anything to do with that. Like I'll give you an example. Lucifer turns 45 on 11/18. This is coming up. So he turns 45 years old, Lucifer. And he's got that Ellis connection. I mean, Elvis. It sounds like Elvis Ellis, that Tom Ellis Lucifer character. But there's many. I talked about it. Anybody that has any connections to my videos, look for it. It's coming up. And by the way, I forgot to mention this. You remember I told you Elvis is born on 108, right? Pay attention. Elvis is born on 1/8, right? But and Lisa Marie, she died at the age of 54. That was his daughter, who died on 1/12 of this year. And Matthew Perry just died at 54. Look, you see? It's 108. Elvis's birthday is 108, right? So you have 54, 54, you get to 108. Lisa Marie died at 54 this year, and Matthew Perry died, right? But anyway, they were both 54 years old. But look at this. If you add 54, so there might be another 54-year-old who died. You know what? We should look at that. Did anyone else at 54 die? Because it's probably going to come up maybe later. I talked about that. Obama's chef drowned, and it had to do with water, right? Elvis equals water, remember? Elvis equals reset. And Obama's chef died at the age of 45. Yeah, but look. If one more happens, look right here. Another 54 dies, it becomes 162, and that's June 11th. See? It's by 54s, And the backward of 54 is 45, get it? Anyway, so it's 162 is June 11th, if one more 54 person dies. And look, and another 54, you get 216, and that's August 4th, the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound. You see how it's in increments of 54. 454, get it? 454. And I even told you that there was a Elvis connection to that, something to do with the Antichrist or June 11th. I can't remember. I just did a video about it a while, like 10 videos ago or something. Oh, the drummer from, you know what? I know I did that, right? I must have done a video on that, because that sounds very familiar. But someone's saying the drummer from Pantera died at the age of 54 and had the Elvis Crown Electric thing on. So there you go. That's another 54. Is that, I guess that might be the last one then. Let's find out. That's a good one. Man, you guys are doing some incredible research. When did the Pantera drummer die?
According to CBS News, Clark County Coroner John Fudenberg announced Monday that Paul, whose full name was Vincent Paul Abbott, died June 22nd at home in Las Vegas from cardiomyopathy, or an enlarged heart.
Clark County is the CC. Hold on. How old was Vincent Paul Abbott?
Vinnie Paul was 54 years old when he died in 2018.
When was Vinnie Paul born? When was Vincent Paul Abbott born?
He was born on March 11th, 1964.
311. You know, and what's funny is the 64th prime is 311. 3 times 11 is 33, right? And 64th prime is 311. But anyway, and he was born in 64, that guy. But look. Oh, and you got a P. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's Presley, Pantera, and Perry. It's the PP again. I didn't even notice that. It's PP. It's the 3 Ps. Just like that Jeopardy. He did those commercials, the PPP commercials. Remember that? The 3 Ps. And that old bag would say, "What's the 3 Ps, Alex?" And I told you that whole Jeopardy thing was connected to Elvis. Have you guys seen my Jeopardy videos? That whole ritual of Alex Trebek had to do with Elvis. Yeah, car 54, where are you? That's funny, yeah. So that Pantera drummer had an Crown Electric, because that's where Elvis worked, Crown Electric on 420. And that's 42 with a Crown. But anyway, 420, 1954, see? That's another connection. The 42054. It's a 54 connection. All right. All right, folks, that's it. I gotta end it. You see, I went an extra half an hour when I already said I was gonna end the video. All right, folks, I'll leave the video up for a day or two. And to anyone who's mad at me, don't be mad. I'm just human. All right, calm the hell down. All right, calm the hell down. Relax. Don't forget how to forgive and forget. Stop being rebellious, you heathens. All right, anyway, God bless all of you. Jesus is God. End of video. Great comments by everybody. End of video.